Episode 3 of the podcast is going to be about Prince Andrew. Okay, Prince Andrew, and mainly relating to his debacle that he's going through in regards to his relationship with this Epstein and the woman who has accused him of having sex with her when she was underage, right? Okay?
Yeah, I think she was 15.
Cool, so that's what we're going to talk about today. And
No, was she 17?
17.
17.
17. I think it was 17.
Yeah.
Pretty damning allegations. You've watched his interview, bits of it, eh?
Yeah.
I would say I've watched probably, half? You watched around about the same?
Yeah.
To get a general impression, he was just getting grilled when I was watching, and it was like, to me it seemed like he was bimbling and bumbling. What did you think of his general demeanour and the way he was in that interview?
Yeah, most people have said that he sounded like it was a really bad interview. He shouldn't have done it because it made him look even worse. And I agree. His answers to a lot of the interviewer's questions were just really dodgy. And
what do you mean by dodgy? Like not straightforward? Do you mean like he was avoiding answering, or
just like just stupid answers. Yeah, like what did she ask? She asked him if what was that? Why did he go and visit oh my god. Why did he go and visit Jeffrey if he wasn't mates with him? Like if they weren't friends, why did you have to fly all the way to America? And do you remember that?
Yeah. Like why did they have to go and why were they hanging out? Why were they kicking it for starters? So why were they kicking around for starters? And then once they were kicking around, why after he was convicted?
Yeah. Did he still?
Or he had something,
go and see him?
Why did he still go and see him?
Yeah.
And that was like numerous times. It's like something doesn't add up. So we do talk a lot about these legal sort of cases, where people are being accused of stuff. And I always just look at the behaviour.
Yeah.
Something doesn't add up there. It's a little bit odd.
Yeah. You question a lot, whereas usually I'm just like, yeah, but he's guilty.
You've already assumed he's guilty,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
You assume that he did have sex with this 17-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm always of the opinion, innocent until proven guilty. I really need to be pushed across the line with that. And then you just start looking at the behaviour. But then I play devil's advocate and look at the other side. So you've got this guy, Prince Andrew. He's a royal. He's basically a social retard. He doesn't know anything about how to hang out with people, socialise with people outside of having a whole lot of servants around him fucking doing what he tells them to do. He did have a 20-year career in the Navy, but I can't imagine anyone would have been telling him what to do in there as well.
Yeah, he was a party animal apparently.
Yeah.
He's the party prince.
Imagine
Back in the day?
having Prince Andrew in your, on one of your ships and having to tell him what to do and
see,
discipline him.
I would think you would be believing him.
Oh no, I definitely don't believe him. I try to be on the fence on all of these things, and I try to just analyse it for the facts. Like, okay, this chick. Then I look at the chick. Is she trying to get some money?
Yes,
Is she trying to get some money?
You always do that.
Is she trying to get some money?
Yeah.
Is she?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is she?
She will probably get some money through interviews and she'll write a book.
Okay, so then I look at that. Okay, are you trying to get some money?
But I don't think you should have to. I don't think that, that means that she's lying.
Because she's trying to get some money. I kind of don't. Well, the thing is, we come from over here. We have a culture of if some crime happens, and shit happens, you go to the police. You don't go to the media, right? And
she did go to the police. No, she went to court.
What happened?
That's why Epstein was arrested. Like.
Oh no, I
was
mean
one of
with
the-
Prince Andrew. Okay, so
Oh,
this whole
okay.
Prince Andrew thing. If he rooted a 17-year-old, is that even against the law? Is that against the law?
Yeah, but you got to remember, this
That's
is
not
a
even
normal...
against the law, is it? Is that against the law? So him having sex with a 17-year-old.
It's the whole thing. It's like Epstein's got this chick who and has pretty much made her have sex.
Trafficking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she didn't want to have sex with him. She was made to have sex with him.
Okay. So she was there. Oh yeah. Okay. Now we need to go back to this Epstein story of she was there at this place against her will, being forced to have sex with
and also,
famous people. Is that so? This all ties the story together.
Yeah.
And Prince Andrew is allegedly one of these fuckers, one of these rich people who comes to these rooting parties.
Yeah.
And
also you got to remember, like, from her perspective,
it's not looking good for him, is it?
Exactly. And she's like a normal person. Imagine a young normal person who, you know, you're up against these billionaires and these rich men with, you know, power. Who's going to believe you?
Yeah, the police will. The police will believe you. I think in this day and age, I think generally, like, if you go to the police, no, think about this. If you go to the police and it's some wily old detective in a police thing, he's not getting paid megabucks. He definitely wants to bring down the billionaire. So it's like, just go to the police. But I don't mind the media getting involved, but I think the police also have to be involved. So like, once the police are involved, then the media know about it, and then it gets discussed in an open forum. Everyone talks about it. At the end of the day, then it goes to court. So they're talking about Prince Andrew having to go to the FBI. Like, will he be requested to give testimony in front of the FBI or CIA or whoever it is? Or like, I don't even know. I don't understand how the Yanks do it. You see how they have like this big, the Senate or the House of Representatives, and you see like people just talking. Like, I've seen Seth Rogen going into like what looks like their parliament and giving like some epic rant.
Oh really?
Yeah, like it seems like anyone can go in and be questioned.
Oh wow. I don't know.
I don't understand the system that well, you American people, but our American viewers, please explain to us, when people get called before, I think it's before the Senate or before the House or something like that, you know, that's the language they use. Someone please explain that to me. We don't really have that here in New Zealand, where we would call, you know, someone.
Yeah.
Give evidence? Well, to give evidence, like this guy. Well, we don't have an impeaching process. We don't have, you know, like how Mark Zuckerberg had to go and speak in front of, who was that? Who was he actually speaking in front of? Excuse my ignorance. Okay, I should probably know these things.
Yeah,
to
we
be
should
well
probably
learned.
look it up.
Well learned. We're not very well learned. We understand what it is, but we don't know. So Prince Andrew, maybe he could be called up back on topic to speak and give evidence, and that's what they're saying to the FBI investigated.
Yeah, do you think he will?
Yeah. Well, I think I think if he said if he is requested to, he will.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he's already lost. So he had a huge amount of different causes that he raised money for,
and
that he's now had to leave. So that sucks for them, because he was basically getting the money. And the royal family's like basically putting him on gardening leave, right?
Yeah.
And they're just saying, look, your service is no longer required till, well,
it's good.
It could be forever.
I think it's good. Sounds like that's what he deserves, and it should come out. I don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah. Well, if it's going to come out, it's going to come out. That's for sure. Wouldn't that be a scandal? Holy heck. The Queen's son
Yeah.
got done for being involved with trafficked sex slaves.
And no, but the big thing is there's a whole lot of other people that are, higher up as well. Judges, lawyers,
Dodge.
police. Yeah.
Dodge.
Yeah.
That's why you want to get this in front of a jury, rather than
Well, that's why
putting it in front of politicians.
But that's why Epstein's death was dodgy.
Why?
Well, it was suicide, right?
But he was strangled around it. I think kind of everyone acknowledges that it wasn't, was it? Is it kind of just accepted that it's not suicide?
I don't know.
Most people, I just thought, there's so many memes about it, it's become such a meme that I thought that it wasn't.
I heard that, I was watching this thing and he just knows too many people. Knows too too much.
So they got him put down.
Something like that.
Quieten him up.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but
Of course it does.
yeah, I don't know about all these conspiracy theories. I try not to buy into them. I try to look at the facts.
I think
you're
when
more
there's
of a dreamer.
People, no, I tend to kind of listen to these conspiracy theories. I think when there's so many people saying the same stuff, then you've got to question it.
Yeah, okay. So it's like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby gets accused. You believe it, right? Straight away, because like 5 people said it. So because 5 people said it, it's true.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Why would 5 people get together and lie about it? Like, lie about something so...
I just often wonder what goes on behind the scenes. It's like...
it's really bad if you don't believe it.
Well, imagine this in America.
When will you believe it? When 10 people say it? You should believe it.
What's the threshold for believability of numbers?
When will you believe it?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably, 5.
What?
5. Well, I still think it needs to be tested through a process, through a judicial process. I'm not saying I don't believe it, it'll like highly believe that it is that, but I still want this judicial process to happen. I still want Prince Andrew to go to court, have his day in court, and present his side of the story, and I want to see all the facts. Like all of these things are said. Like he was kind of, like to me, he was bumbling and bumbling and blah, 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 and I wasn't there at this time. Well, let's drill down, because when you actually go to court, they'll drill down. Let's drill down into the travel records and into the flight records. Let's look at it. Where were you on these days? Were you here? When did you go to see Epstein? When you were in New York? Piece it all together. You either were there or you weren't. So, like, and if you were, then it's like looking really damning, because that was part of the story, was that he was supposedly at certain places,
but also he was.
But he was denying he was there. He was like, no, I wasn't there. I was at other places.
Yeah, but he also was staying at his house, but he was denying knowing or seeing people there because the house was so big. Like, yeah.
So he's kind of, you think he's kind of not saying that's going on.
Yeah.
And like, it's almost like he's saying, oh no, when I went there was none of that going on. It was just like normal as. He was just, do you know me? I'm prim and proper. They wouldn't do that around me.
Yeah.
Or was it just a hardcore Roman orgy, coke-fueled orgy with just, like that? It's like hard to visualize what was going. What do you visualize was going on in that house? The coke-fueled orgy with Prince Andrew involved, or him getting involved and having sex with all these people, or do you think it was more like? Do you think more realistic that Epstein had a whole lot of business associates coming through? It's kind of like, how would you approach a guy in the royal family about that? Hey, so Prince Andrew, how would you mind? I was just wondering, would you mind coming to my orgy that I'm having? How would that come up in conversation?
Well, it's like when people, you socialize with people with the same sort of taste as you, and you turn up to a party and there's young people there, and it's like, oh, like.
Okay. So, I guess that's the question. On the balance of probability, looking at all the facts that we have right before us right now, I think he's probably guilty. That's what I think. My
Yeah.
gut feeling. If I had to bet money on it,
Definitely.
the balance of probabilities, he's guilty. But he has his right to prove that he's not guilty, right?
Yeah.
And in the law's eyes, not our eyes, we think he's guilty, but in the law's eyes, he is the innocent until proven guilty. So we can speculate as much as we want, but it doesn't.
I
Really
don't
mean
think
much.
he'll want this whole thing to go to court because that's going to be really bad for him.
Oh yeah. Look, he gets charged. Oh, imagine that.
Yeah. Do you think it'll go that far?
Could do. Did he commit a crime? Yeah, what would be the charge? Having sex with a
She was 17.
17-year-old, but against her consent, I guess.
Yeah, against her consent.
Someone who was, under, and then he could, even if it came down to that, he could say, oh, I didn't know, I thought this person wanted to have sex. It's going to be messy. It's going to be I don't know. I don't know if I can see that going to court. Either way, he has destroyed his reputation by, it just shows you the power of association. Do not associate with, moral of the story, do not associate with sex traffickers and pedophiles.
But see, that's the thing.
Highly,
They're so powerful that they think they won't get caught.
highly advise against.
Too bad.
So we're at our location. That was a pretty awesome full-on chat about Prince Andrew. I think you got the idea of what we think. That is episode number 3. We're just going to keep them short and sweet from now on. Do them when we can. Off to training.
Later.